Nikki Wesley, the photographer from Metroland, is in the house today, and there's some big news coming out of Milton.
Absolutely. So this week in your Milton Canadian Champion, as I indicated last week, Julie Slack was following up about the breaking news about the fire chief, Dave Pratt, no longer being the fire chief. And in this week's edition, the story goes into more detail about the sex scandal around Mr. Pratt's using company vehicles, using the company dime to take some of his ladies away to conferences, and all paid for possibly by the town of Milton. So Julie Slack's story details some of the text conversations that were had with some of these ladies, and there's more than one woman who's come forward to speak with us.
Which is very interesting. Sometimes it's very difficult for witnesses or people involved to come over or come forward, especially when it's a sex scandal.
Absolutely.
And this is something that's going to be very interesting for residents, because this is town money that has been used for someone else's gain.
Exactly.
Well, let's move over to Burlington, because also big news, the big marijuana dispensary, the biggest one in the province, opened up here in Burlington.
That's right. So this week, Realm Cannabis Company opened up at Fairview, just east of Walker's Line, and the turnout for opening day was pretty incredible. I believe that the story indicates that there was more than 100 people served in the first 15 minutes. So
that's amazing.
And amazing to have it in Burlington as opposed to, say, a larger city.
Also, it's also interesting because Oakville doesn't want any brick and mortar stores. Meanwhile, the next door neighbor has the largest one in the province.
That's
kind
right.
of ironic.
Yeah.
But no, that's very interesting. We're going to be keeping an eye on that, and also keep an eye on Metroland. They're going to be checking that out and keeping an eye and updating everybody with how that is going. And now moving to Oakville. Some Irish dancing.
Yes. So the Goggin Carroll School of Irish Dance, and you'll see them here, they're actually heading down to North Carolina, and they are going to be competing in the World Irish Dance Championships in Greensboro, North Carolina. So that's really big news for some of their dancers, including the Kukulik brothers, who one of them has never competed as a soloist before, so that's really big for him.
Irish dancing is very technical from what I've seen.
It is very technical, and it's, I would imagine, quite exhausting.
Oh, for sure. Great cardio.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us, Nikki. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for having me.